Yo, what's going on, guys? XD Gaming here. Welcome back to another storytime video. And yes, I'm in the hospital right now. I'm gonna be releasing my big vlog, and I'm gonna advertise that when it comes out. And it's gonna come out once I get home, and it's gonna end with me right next to my new California Republic flag. Right now, I'm just waiting on my chest tube to get out. Once that gets out, then I can go home. But it's probably gonna be a few more days still, so. Boo. I don't want to stay here any longer. Anyways, guys, so this is going to be a story time. I was going to do the methotrexate, but then I thought, it's not really much of a story. It's just kind of a thing. So I'm going to talk about the time that I had to come in here for pain and got my leg amputated. So we just got done with the methotrexate, and that was a chemo, and it lasted 8 days. I might tell something about that someday. We went home, I think, the 23rd of December, and so we were home for Christmas Eve. No, we went home on Christmas Eve, so we got home late Christmas Eve, and then we were there for Christmas Day. So I got to open my presents and stuff. And I tried to start building my Lego Cloud City set. But I was in so much pain. Agonizing pain. Like, I was holding my leg and I was shaking. I just kept shaking and shaking and shaking and moving around. And that's how you know I'm in pain, because that's what I do. I just shake. Because that draws your attention away from all the pain. But I was in so much pain. So much pain. And then the next day, so till 26th, I was in so much pain. My mom called up to, well, it was hard for me to sleep as well, because I was sitting there and I kept, like, I would get this pain medicine. And it would help. But it would help for 2 hours, and I could get it every 4 hours, I'm pretty sure. And so those 2 extra hours, I was waiting there in pain, awake, waiting there at like 3 a.m., just waiting until 5 a.m., just sitting there waiting and not doing anything, because I had to wait until I could get my next dose so I could go back to sleep. I literally, if I didn't have the pain medicine, I would be in pain the whole time, wouldn't be able to sleep. So I needed, like, better pain medicine. That pain medicine was not doing crap. It was not enough pain medicine, and it was not helping that much. But, you know, they can't really do high pain medicines at home, so that's what I had to deal with. So the next day, I was in pain. I was in really bad pain. And I was sitting there on the chair, and my mom was like, my mom called up to the hospital, and they told him, you have to come up now. Like, you have to come up. You're in way too much pain. They said you shouldn't be in that much pain. They're talking about how, like, they didn't expect me to be in that much pain. So then I ended up, my aunt ended up bringing me to the hospital. She took her van, and we got in the van, and I sat there. I had a dose of pain medicine, so I was pretty good the whole time. I tried to sleep, but whatever. It didn't really work that good. But eventually I got to the hospital, and I was sitting there, like, in pain. We didn't know where to go. We went into, like, the emergency room, but there was so many sick people. Like, you don't understand how many sick people were in the ER. Just coughing and hacking and stuff. And we didn't know where to go because, one, I can't get sick. I'm a cancer patient. I'm not allowed to get sick. I had my mask on. I was sitting in my wheelchair, shaking around because I was in so much pain. Eventually, what ended up happening is the guy at the desk that was checking people in saw that, hey, I'm a cancer patient, and brought us to the front of the line. So we got our info done, and then he let us go into the one room, and we were sitting on. We basically went back, and I was sitting on a bed in the ER, and they came in. They were very, very nice people. Like, they were super, super nice people, and they gave me nasal fentanyl, which I don't know if you know what that is, but that's a drug they give to people that are in really bad pain, and it helped a decent amount. I was still in a little bit of pain, and they were still giving me other pain medicines as well. But yeah, that's kind of what was happening. So they gave me all the pain medicine, and then I went up. Eventually, I ended up going up to H12, which is floor 12, where I usually stayed. And I basically stayed in that room for 2 weeks. I basically did nothing. I felt, kind of like crap. Like I said, my memory isn't that good of it, because they would just keep giving me Dilaudid, and which is another pain medicine that they give to people with a lot of pain. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying these medicine names, but I don't really care. Not that many people are gonna see this anyways. So that's what happened, and they got me on what is basically called a pain pump, and basically it'd go through my IVs, and I'd have this little button that I'd just push, and it would give me a really, really tiny dose of pain medicine, but it'd just be enough to like make me more comfortable. So I'd push that button every single time I was in a little bit of pain, just push that button, and it worked. It did really well. I was really happy about the pain pump, and it was doing really well. I ended up having to do an MRI with the pain pump, where one of my favorite nurses had to hold the pain pump, because they weren't even allowed to push the button, but they somehow got around it and were able to push the button while I went in for the MRI. No, it was a PET scan. Never mind. It was a PET scan. A PET scan is when you get heated up before it, and then you get injected with this nuclear, stuff that makes your bladder makes your bladder radioactive, and so that's why they have you pee it all out anyways. But they do this so they can see on the the PET scan. I don't really know what the difference is, but I know the PET scan, they just strap you down like completely almost, so I couldn't even move. So I would always yell out when I had to get pain pumped, and it was horrible. That experience was not fun, and they take about as long as an MRI machine, like an hour or so to get done. So that was not very fun. It's still like a big tube you just go in. It's really weird. I've had 2 of them. I've had 3 MRIs and 2 PET scans. So yeah. Let's see what else happened. I ended up building a bunch of Legos, because we went and got some more Legos. I had a ton of Legos, and that was basically what I did during that the whole time, was just build Legos. My entire room was all full of Legos. But yeah. So what ended up happening was, it was about around New Year's and stuff. My girlfriend came up, I think before New Year's or after New Year. It was one of the two. But she came up, and that was nice. And then eventually they told my mom earlier, but she didn't want to ruin my New Year's, that they were going to have to amputate my leg. And it wasn't as big as you'd think for someone like me. You'd think, hey, amputating your leg is a huge, huge thing. But for me, it was hey, I don't really care. I can live without a leg. I just want this cancer gone out of me. There was beginning to be another spot. Now, I'm still not cancer-free, but I've got 70 bumps out of my lungs, and that's why I'm still in here after 8 days. So yeah. Anyways, guys, yeah, they amputated my leg, so I had to go in for surgery. It was a big surgery. My dad came up and talked to me and basically went in. They just sawed off the leg or whatever they did, and I woke up without a leg, and it hurt a lot. I had a catheter in, which basically, if you don't know what that is, it goes into your bladder through your pee hole. So that was not fun. But I had that in. I had an epidural in my back, which just basically numbs all your back and stuff. So I stayed in the hospital for a while after that. But eventually PT came. I started getting like used to it, and I started like eventually rolling over my stomach was the hardest part because it felt so weird. But I did that, and now I can basically do anything, and it really doesn't bother it as much. But it used to bother it a crap ton. My stump used to bother that a ton. But now I can touch it all around and stuff, and it doesn't hurt as bad. So that is great. But yeah, the PT really helped me move and stuff and get moving. But yeah, that was a huge surgery. When they take the catheter out, they said it wouldn't hurt, but it burned like heck. And my pee burned for a little bit after that, so yeah. I'm trying to think of what else happened. We were just so glad to get home. Eventually got home. I started mastering the crutches. I just go around in the crutches, move around and stuff. So that was great. Sorry if this wasn't the best told story, but basically, summarize it up. I went to the hospital after Christmas Day because I was in pain so much. I ended up getting there. There's a lot of sick people in the emergency room. They brought me to the emergency table because they brought me up quickly. I ended up getting nasal fentanyl and other drugs to help me calm down and for the pain not to be so bad. I stayed up in my room for a while. I got a pain pump. I got an MRI or a PET scan with the pain pump that I'd yell out and they'd push the pain pump. I got to see my girlfriend while I was up there, so that's a positive. Because she came up and visited me. Because there aren't visitor restrictions like there are now. And then I got my leg amputated. Because that's what they said. And I just said, do what you have to do. They amputated my leg. After that, it was so tender. And I really couldn't touch it much. I didn't really want to look at it, but whatever. So eventually I started working with PT. I didn't know how to use crutches really much. So I started using crutches and stuff. And I started getting really good at the crutches. I was able to actually get out of the room once or twice. So that was really good. And then basically I went home. And that was after like 14 days of being up in the hospital. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the story time video. I really just wanted to make another video while I'm up here because I know my Borderlands is going to stop uploading because I didn't anticipate I'd be up here this long. I really didn't. God, please help me get home quicker and help no one be sick of the coronavirus around where I live and no one catch anything of the coronavirus. So hopefully we can eradicate the coronavirus, get that gone, and then we can focus on cancer and get cancer gone. That would be awesome. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Hopefully I can get home soon so I can make more gaming videos. I got a bunch planned. I got Halo. I want to do each Halo game. That will take a while. I got the Borderlands 3 series I want to do. I want to do maybe like Call of Duty campaigns or something. I just got Red Dead Redemption 2. I want to do that on my channel. There's a lot of videos I want to do on my channel. So I just got to wait till I get home, bro. It sucks up here. So yeah, hopefully I can get home soon. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this short time video. Don't forget to subscribe and follow my social media down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video, vlog, or stream. Peace.